If this is your first time watching my videos, welcome to transforming your life through storytelling. The following story was originally aired by BBC News, and it is the emotional story of Lucian and George, twin brothers who didn't know of each other's existence, who finally met and embraced 70 years after. I hope you enjoy the story. In 1944, with World War II raging, a Polish woman, Elizabeth Jankowski, was taken by the Nazis from her homeland, Poland, to a labor camp in Germany. After being there and released after a few years, she gave birth to twin boys on June 1st, 1946. Not long after, however, Elizabeth became ill with a heart condition and was hospitalized for months, making it impossible for this mother to care for her boys. The Polish Red Cross repatriated the boys, and they were taken back to Poland, where they were adopted by different families. After leaving the hospital and not knowing where her boys had been taken, Elizabeth initiated a Red Cross tracing case to find her boys. But unfortunately, it was post-World War Europe, and she was alone. She had no resources and could do very little about her boys. Meanwhile, the twins had no idea of each other's existence because they were babies when they were separated, and the adoptive families never talked about it. Lucian, one of the twins, learned that he had been adopted when he was drafted into the army. It was only then that his mother said to him, "Lucian, you are adopted. Unfortunately, you're not my son." Lucian was devastated. Now, on the other side of the story, George, the other twin, when he was 17 years old in 1965, he found some documents in his mother's things showing that he was adopted and that he was a twin. So that was the first time he learned that he had been separated from his brother. Unfortunately, the news caused a rift between his adopted mother, and when the relationship deteriorated, George decided to escape Poland. Meanwhile, Lucian had no idea that he was a twin or that he had been separated from his brother. In 1965, George reached out to the Red Cross to help him find his brother. But unfortunately, at that time, the Red Cross didn't find any trace. George subsequently moved to the United States and began a whole new life in California. But he never lost hope. He kept thinking that one day he would find his brother. Now, Lucian, on the other side of the world in Poland, has started a whole family for himself. And it was there years later, when he went to visit the orphanage where he had grown up, that he was giving information about his biological mother. It was then where Lucian learned for the first time in 2014 that he had a twin brother. The news hit him hard. He was not expecting that at all, and he thought he was dreaming. Although in his heart, he always felt that there was something missing from him. He then went to the Red Cross to initiate a new tracing case. The Red Cross in Poland sent a request to the US to look for George's information. Now, by this time, thanks to technology, the Red Cross had digitized all the records and could share information across countries, which had not been possible before. Lisa Galley, the woman in charge of the case at the American Red Cross, looked through the database for George's information, and upon reading the case, she immediately realized that that had to be Lucian's brother, who had been looking for him so many years prior. The two brothers were finally reunited at an airport in Poland, and after 70 years, they finally held each other, hoping to never part. It was an overwhelming and emotional reunion, as you can imagine. The twins visited the Red Cross in Poland, and they were giving a tour of the Restoring Family Links operation. It was there that they saw the letter George had written to the Red Cross in 1965 looking for his brother. They also found another letter with information about their father, and he had been a U.S. soldier who had returned to the U.S. prior to the twins being born. The records also show that their mother, Elizabeth, had indeed looked for them. Sadly, Elizabeth passed away when they were just babies, and she never saw them after they left Germany. What an incredible story. Imagine for a second that that was you and you had a sibling that is a part of you, yet you knew nothing about. How would you feel? It is stories such as this one that makes me want to support the Red Cross so that they can continue to provide programs such as the Restoring Family Link, which, by the way, is a free service with the sole purpose of reuniting families that have been separated due to natural disasters, wars, or any other humanitarian emergencies. Without their help, these two brothers would have never been able to find each other. And yet, after 70 years, they came together to find the only link to family that they had.
Ja cię kocham, Lucjanie.
Ja też się kocham.
Pretty miraculous, don't you think? Now, if you know anyone who's still missing family and came out empty in the past, the Red Cross is urging people to try again, because information that was missing before could be there today due to the wonderful technological advances. And I will see you on the next episode of Transforming Your Life Through Storytelling. And if you like this story, give me a thumbs up.